Is room service for dinner a viable option on Royal Caribbean? We decided to try it, so let's find out together. So Amy had the idea to try room service for dinner one night. So we ordered several things off the menu, and we're gonna go through and try it and see if this is really a viable option and how good is room service. Is it more of like a snack, a lunch, or could it actually be a dinner? So first up, what do we got?
Our Philly cheesesteak and French fries.
Philly cheesesteak and French fries. All right, first impressions. The Philly doesn't look bad. The Philly actually looks pretty good. Melted cheese, onions, peppers, all that stuff. The fries look pretty good. Some are slightly overcooked and might be giving me that crispiness. So we'll see how it goes. Go ahead, first taste. Hold on, shot those. Oh.
All right, so I had to take 2 bites. The first bite was a bread bite. The second bite was the filling bite. This would be a good lunch option. I like the flavors, the peppers and the steak, and onions were really good. I wish there was more, like there's definitely more bread here.
I like Philly cheesesteaks. I felt like this was subpar. If I was going on a scale of 1 to 10, this would be maybe a 4, like just slightly lower than average. Very bready. The steak style, like shaved beef, has limited flavor. The onions and cheese and mushrooms obviously were good, but yeah, just subpar. This is definitely a good lunch option. I would not want this as my dinner. Now the fries, on the other hand, I'm gonna have to give it like a 1 out of 10. They were awful. They were cold, kind of soggy, like they've been sitting there for a while. Just really not good. We are now gonna be trying the grilled salmon.
And they've got asparagus, roasted tomatoes, and
looks like tartar sauce. It's pretty chunky. First thoughts, I'm kind of impressed. The salmon looks pretty good. The plate feels pretty hot. The presentation is nice. Now, just so everyone knows, she doesn't eat seafood, so I'll be trying the salmon alone and giving you my review. But this is a pretty sizable chunk of salmon. This is actually bigger than you would expect. Even at the main dining room, I don't think I've been served a fillet of salmon this big. Let's see. Well, could not cut it with a fork. It is pretty tough. It does have the skin on.
And while he's chewing, I'm gonna go ahead and break into the asparagus because I will do that. I'll start from the top. Let's see what we got.
So it's definitely salmon, obviously. It has that salmon taste, but it is very well done, like very tough. I mean, you saw I couldn't cut it with a fork. I tried first, had to go to a knife, made it very hard to chew. It does have good salmon flavor. I really, really wish that this would have been tender and flaky. Had it been tender and flaky, this would have been a great dinner option. Being that it's so tough, I don't think I would eat the whole thing for dinner. I'm gonna give this like a 5 because the flavor is really good, but man, is it tough, and salmon just shouldn't be this tough.
On the flip side, I like the asparagus. It's just crunchy enough, just cooked enough. I think I would have liked a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm noticing that maybe their sides don't come with salt and pepper. Maybe they just do them blandly and you ask for salt and pepper. I don't know, we haven't done room service with Royal before.
We're gonna be doing the Royal Burger next. It does come with lettuce, tomato, onions, and ketchup and mayonnaise. So we're gonna go ahead and dress it up real quick and then we'll give it a try. Okay, so dress the Royal Burger, we put everything on that it came with so we can try it how it's supposed to come. Looks like it has approximately 1 piece of bacon cut in half and laid across it, just so you know what you're getting.
Okay, here we go. I don't even know if I can get all this in my mouth, but we're gonna try. So I do see on the menu, they did mention like a lot of the things we did had a warning for like raw consumption. So maybe they account for that to cook things completely through. So the salmon was cooked through. It is a well done burger. Not a whole lot of seasonings. I'm not gonna lie, not a lot of seasonings on it.
Yeah, it's a very bland burger. Yeah, I think that's what she's trying to say. So I wouldn't normally order something well done. They didn't give us the option to order the temperature to our liking. They just bring it this way. Aside from it being well done, the flavors that I got were the additives, the mayonnaise, the ketchup, the lettuce, the tomato, the onions. Very little flavor from the meat. Again, subpar. I mean, if you were trying to feed a child or maybe just a quick lunch, on your way out the door so that you can go do a later excursion,
It would be a good option.
yeah, so on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably gonna go with like a 3.
And I'm gonna taste a fry just to see if they were from the same batch. They were from the same batch.
So it makes sense, they have them covered. The steam's probably steaming the fries and making them soggy, but it does affect the quality and the taste. What was your scale, 1 to 10 on the burger?
I don't know, I wouldn't order it again. It did not have much flavor to me. I mean, maybe a 1.
A 1, there you go. So you got a 3 and a 1. Okay, for our next course, we're gonna be trying the
Chicken wings
buffalo chicken wings, and it looks like blue cheese sauce.
with the carrots and
Celery.
the celery. And I'm kind of excited about these because a lot of people had talked up the chicken wings. Ready? Cheers.
Chicken wings, thoughts?
It's the first thing to have flavor, and it brought me back to the wing place we had at college. That's what it totally reminded me of. I would eat them again. I'm definitely getting the lunch vibes, or even like late night, you need a snack, you're coming in late, wings that are good. So they had a lot of meat on them. The flavor was good. I liked them.
I didn't go to her college, but what I can tell you is these are good wings. Okay, they had a lot of meat, like she said. The buffalo sauce has a nice little kick to it, a ton of flavor. They were crispy, they didn't get soggy somehow in this mix. They were very good. I'm gonna give these an 8 out of 10. These are pretty good wings.
I have no complaints on them. I would give them a 10 out of 10. I would eat them again.
We also tried some of the blue cheese sauce. I thought that was good too. So altogether, this is a winner. I know she said she wouldn't eat it for dinner. I would eat this for dinner. I would probably order 2 sets of these. It looks like it came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wings. So when you order the chicken wings, you're gonna get 6 wings. So definitely consider ordering a second order of this if this is what you're getting. And it's finally time for my favorite part of the meal. We're gonna move on to dessert.
Da, 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 da. Cheesecake.
My faves, cheesecake. So this cheesecake slice does come with strawberry topping. Looks like just chopped up strawberries, maybe some glaze. You want it on there?
Yeah.
Let's do a bite without and bite with.
Okay.
All right, ladies first. Okay, so first impressions?
So I'm not a big cheesecake person. I like flavors in the cheesecake. For a plain cheesecake, not a lot of flavor, but the creaminess level is like a 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna disagree with her. I love cheesecake. It's very good. Has a good crust, it is super creamy, so I'll agree with her. And I thought that there was good cheesecake flavoring to it. I would eat this again. This is pretty high up there already. Maybe a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. We'll put the strawberry topping on now, and we'll see how that changes her perspective here.
I just like flavors. I like the flavors. Plain cheesecake doesn't do it for me. And the strawberries definitely did it for me. I like flavors, the plain stuff, not so much. What do you think?
Yeah, the strawberry flavoring obviously just elevated it that little bit. The strawberries tasted fresh, the glaze was nice on it, and it just took it up to a strawberry cheesecake level. So yeah, so with that I would give it an 8 out of 10. Not the best cheesecake I've ever had, but it's definitely above average and it's really good.
It makes you want to have another bite.
There you go, 8 out of 10. And then we decided just to try their chocolate chip cookies. Now you see these all around the ship. However, they end up being different everywhere you get them. Sometimes they're thicker and doughier, sometimes they're super chewy, sometimes they're not. So we just wanted to see what the quality of the chocolate chip cookies that you get from room service actually is.
Let's see. Ooh,
All right,
they're gonna be chewy.
let's go. So I was concerned at first because you can see how thin they are. So I was expecting them to be super like crunchy. I like more of the chewy ones. However, these were chewy, which is really nice. They're very soft. You can see just kind of how they break, which is awesome. They taste great. They have good flavor. Not overcooked, not overly sweet. A lot of chocolate to them. Scale of 1 to 10 on the cookies.
10 out of 10. The room service cookies nailed it.
Okay, that's pretty strong. They're good cookies. I'm gonna give them an 8 out of 10. Definitely not the best cookie I've ever had in my life, but they were good cookies.
Well, it's not the best cookie we've ever had in our lives, but for
Isn't
the
that what 10 out of 10 means?
based on their chocolate chip cookies, yes.
I don't know. It's gotta compete with the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever had if it's gonna be a 10.
I'm basing them on the cookies around the ship.
I'm just giving you real world opinions. This is not a 10 out of 10 cookie, in my opinion. Hers it is. So is room service a viable option for dinner? Give me your thoughts.
It depends. Here we go. So the woman answer's coming out. So if you come back from an excursion and you don't want to go to the Windjammer, everybody's exhausted, you don't want to leave the room, you don't want to get ready for like the formal sit-down dinners, and you want something brought to you, there's options that'll work. Are they fantastic? No. Now, would I do it for lunch? All the way. So they have the lunch expectations. That meal stands out in my mind that's perfect for lunch. Generally, when I'm on a cruise and I'm at dinner, I want more flavors involved with what I'm getting, more pizzazz.
So out of all the stuff we tried, I would have to say the only thing I would order for dinner on there are the wings, the cheesecake, and the cookies. Everything else was subpar to me and really barely met lunch expectations for me. Now, as far as a quick grab and go lunch, yeah, that would be a great lunch if you were heading out the door. That's fine. I don't have time to go to the Windjammer. I don't have time to go to the main dining room. I just need something brought to the room at a certain specific time so that while we're getting ready to go on our excursion, we can just eat it, head out the door. Then yeah, the burger, the Philly, all that stuff, those would work for lunch for sure. They weren't so bad that I wouldn't eat them, except for the salmon. I would not eat the salmon for lunch. That was terrible, unfortunately. But otherwise, wings, cheesecake, chocolate chip cookies, definitely for dinner for me.
And service was literally on the dot. We called in at 4:30 and asked for our menu to be delivered at 7:30. And literally 7:30 clicked on our watch and there's a knock at the door. So they are right on the money.
So as far as room service itself, the service was on time and impeccable. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a 10 out of 10 because they were on time, brought us everything we ordered correctly. So that's a 10 out of 10. Food quality, I'm gonna have to give it like a 5.5 because really most of the items were substandard to me. What about you?
I would go to the Windjammer.
So there you go. If you found this video helpful at all, consider watching another one of our videos, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.